Hello, everybody. Ah, it's match day. We are live on match day 2023. I can't believe it's here. Like the day it's here. For many of you. I am so excited to see all of the posts that are coming through LinkedIn right now. This is on match day 20. I am so hyped. I get really excited about today for a few reasons. One, I've been taking this journey with a lot of people since July 2022. That is when our prep process begins. For all of the candidates I work with, we kick things off in July. If you are a person who you have no idea what I'm talking about or who I am, my name is Sally. I am the founder of Resi Prep 360, a service that focuses on helping prospective candidates secure residency positions of their choice. And my commitment to that process is to get all of you to survive phase one. Today is a really big day, personally, but also for all of you that have tuned into so many of the live discussions, watched the YouTube videos, watch the TikTok videos, follows on Instagram. I hope that everybody today is really excited and you were able, like you got through phase one and you were able to secure a position. I love that you all are posting and sharing your wonderful news. This is super exciting. The other thing that I really want today to be about is for the individuals that were not successful at phase one, you're just merely delayed. I'm telling you that securing a position at phase two or beyond is absolutely possible, um, doable, and it doesn't diminish that accomplishment. If anything, I love phase two match reveals because that's the group of people that really just decided that we're committed to the cause and really wanted to take things further, to make sure that they just did everything that they set out to do. So, welcome to today's live. We're going to talk a little bit about phase one, but very little. It's behind us now. My focus today was to give you information, but also offer the platform to folks that are celebrating. Share your accomplishments with us. We love to celebrate with you. You should be really proud of yourself today for this accomplishment. It took a lot mentally, but also that stamina to not give up on the goal and not give up on what you set out to do and what you wanted to do. I have so much respect for anybody who's done it. With that being said, with that being said, everybody didn't get out of phase one. So those of you that are in phase two, the biggest thing I want to draw your attention to right now is that at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, the list of programs that entered phase two was published. The list is live. I'm dropping a direct link right now in the comment box. I just don't want anyone to struggle locating it or who doesn't know where to find it. But I just dropped that in the chat for you so that if you are interested, you should definitely do it. Um, I have someone joining us. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Dr. North. Thank you for joining us. We just went live. I'm excited to welcome Dr. North. I love for people to share with us who they are, but why I really wanted Dr. North to join us today. It's because he's one of those people and one of those figures in the profession of pharmacy right now that I think could have a lot of really great things to share with you today. Congratulatory messages, but also a message of hope and encouragement to anybody pursuing phase two. Um, So please welcome Dr. North.
Yes, thank you so much. I feel horrible
Absolutely.
because I don't know how to pronounce your last name. So if you can orient me of how you
Ah,
want me to address you,
Sally is great.
Sally, and I'm Frank is fine with me. So
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for everyone
Absolutely.
being here and for you putting this presentation together. My name is Frank North, and I am president of the National Pharmaceutical Association. And so, one, I just want to extend congratulations to all those individuals that have matched. If you're in P4 year and you got it out the gate, or if you are
Yeah.
a non-traditional student and it took you a little bit of time to secure your placement, know that it is delayed but not denied. And that
Yes.
same message is for even those individuals that, continue to maybe not match. And so understand, I think, in this profession, we put a lot of emphasis
Yes.
on the postgraduate opportunities, residencies, and fellowships, but that may not necessarily be your calling and what you need to be successful. And
Absolutely.
I can tell you from experience
Mhm.
that you don't want to hear that. But I can also tell you from experience that, I think um, the plan and what is written over, your life and our lives is written, and it may
Yes.
not always be um, it may not always be joyous. It
Yeah.
may be things that put us in a state of depression sometimes, and
Mhm.
we have to really kind of find ourselves. And so, you see me sitting in my office. I work in academia. It is something that I aspire to in pharmacy school. And so I was told that residency was the way to go to get to academia. And so I
Yeah.
trudged along that journey and didn't match 3 times. And so,
Wow.
and didn't do a postgraduate opportunity in pharmacy, like in terms of residency and fellowship.
Yeah.
So what I did was I created what I thought, and I didn't know, non-traditional opportunities, and I took on non-traditional roles and experiences
Yeah.
that I just hoped and prayed would help land me in a position where I can influence the next generation of pharmacists. And so that's what I'm doing
Yes.
now, and I did it through professional association. So
Yes.
don't discredit like your worth and your value and the
Mhm.
value of speaking up for our profession through professional
Mhm.
involvement. So,
Mhm.
so I talk a lot. Match days are always very, very emotional for me because I mentor individuals
Yeah.
that are successful, and I mentor and I see and observe, students that are successful in their career journeys by not matching. And so,
Yep.
so it's definitely, an emotional time for all
Yeah.
of us. Be happy for your friends and
Yeah.
friends that are happy and excited. You know, pick up and and
Mhm.
support your friends that are on another journey this far. So I can talk all day about it because I feel like it's been I think it's been like 12 years and match day
Ah,
has the same lingering effect from
in
the first
fact,
match day, but our careers are bigger than today.
absolutely. It's like there's so much, so much, so much that you said. I cannot agree more. What a wonderful message. I love that you're so vocal about your experiences. I think it's so important for student pharmacists to see it, not just have people tell them, you can do this, you can do this. All of that sounds so theoretical, but I love having real life examples and people like yourself that really did take the non-traditional route and are doing phenomenally well and are fulfilled in your professional careers. And that professional organization involvement piece is so crucial. I just want to emphasize that again. If you're not involved, get involved. And if you are involved, trust me, it is a great place to be no matter what happened today. There's going to be a dedicated group of people in each organization that are looking for you to call on them to help. I couldn't emphasize that enough.
Yeah.
Thank you
No
so much,
problem. So
Dr.
thank you. So
North.
let me just take this last opportunity to just kind of share what professional involvement looks like. Shout out
Yes.
to all of the student members of Student National Pharmaceutical Association, and shout out to the
Yes.
national president of Student National Pharmaceutical Association and the exec board. We're doing
Yeah.
some amazing work. And so what
Yeah.
professional association involvement looks like
Yeah.
and what it does is it really helps advance our career. and that's
Mhm.
at various levels. And so that is at your institution. So you're getting ready to graduate. Join your alumni association, be involved in that alumni association,
Yeah.
because if you match, they're going to have support for you during that year journey or 2 year journey if you're pursuing other opportunities. But also,
Mhm.
if you didn't match, then they have connections and programs may reach out to them,
Mhm.
listening, looking for someone, and so they know that you are that great candidate. The
Mhm.
next is our state association. So I think it's so important to be a
Yeah.
part of the state association that's affiliated with the Voice for All of Pharmacy, not
See.
just one particular practice setting
Yeah.
and different things of that nature. The next is a federal or national pharmacy association. So whether that's ASHP, APHA, I'm a member of both
Yeah.
um, organizations. I think that that's going to give us the federal implications of what's happening at the
Absolutely.
state level. And
Yeah.
the next and the last is an organization that is aligned with who you are, either by your racial demographic, your
Mhm.
sexual demographic, your
Yeah.
gender demographic. And
Okay.
for me, that is the National Pharmaceutical Association. It may
Yeah.
be something else for
Uh,
someone else, and you're
yeah.
not limited to just those four.
Yeah.
And in the within the National Pharmaceutical Association, we are historically a Black organization that now
Mm.
services all minoritized pharmacists and
Yes.
pharmacists that are serving in the interest of underserved populations.
Patience.
And so I end by just inviting you all to our national convention. So if you're
Yeah.
celebrating, then come out and celebrate with us.
Yeah.
If you are still looking,
Thank you.
then can come out and look for different opportunities at our national convention that is going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana,
Yes.
July 28th through the 31st. I will be there, ready to second line into whatever our next line of our career will be
Yeah.
with you. So stay focused, stay
Yeah.
positive, stay motivated. If there's ever anything that I can do or the National Pharmaceutical Association can do, please reach out, npha at npha.net or president at npha.net. I look forward to celebrating all of the accomplishments that pharmacy will make in the future.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Frank,
Yeah.
Frank the pharmacist at
Yeah.
I Know Frank. Please reach out to me any way that I can. Thank you so much, Sally, for
Oh,
what you are doing.
absolutely. I'm so glad you could make it. I'm so glad you could make it. Everything that you just said, whether they're watching live or they watch this on replay, I'm sure they'll benefit from it. I'm so excited about the NOLA conference and I can't wait. And he absolutely means it because when I reached out, I literally got a cell phone number, like just let me know how we can connect and how I can help. So I speak from personal experience when I say that he absolutely means it and is looking forward to connecting and seeing how he can help. Thank you so much, Dr. North, for your
No problem.
time. I know
Thank
you have
you.
to run, but thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep encouraging everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm so happy that Dr. North could really pop in with that super, super, super encouraging message. Um, and that's why like the population of you or the groups of you today that have not matched, this is what's very important to me today to make sure I convey to all of you. It's that there are so many pharmacists and there are so many mentors, some of whom are actually retired pharmacists. I learned recently that are just waiting to help you navigate this next phase of the match. So I just sorry. I just want you guys to not hesitate, um and don't take this as like a personal loss and then you want to suffer in silence, and there's no shame around not matching at phase 1. I've loved seeing in the last couple of years that people are directly taking to social media to share that they did not match and that they are looking. And I know I offered this up with this live today, in that if you are a program director and you're looking to promote your program for phase 2, or you are a candidate and you want to jump on here and give your elevator pitch for a phase 2 position, I will gladly share this platform with you so that you get yourself and your message out there, because ultimately that is going to be a crucial piece of how you navigate phase two. With that being said, I also want to make sure that you have some really good information about this next phase. For many of you, some people have straight up inboxed to ask me, what is phase two and what is phase two about? So, a lot of what I'm going to get into now is really going to be focused on explaining what this process is, um, and not assuming that you know, or you already know this piece or you already know that piece. But this is for that person who has done very little research into understanding where they are right now. Today was a reveal to find out if you matched or secured a position with a program, following a series of interviews that you did between mid January till the end of February. Today, the email you got was a reveal about the outcome of those efforts. If you saw anything in that email that didn't start with the big blue congratulations line, you've matched, you don't have a position. You don't have a residency position to go to for the following, starting this summer. But what ASHP's done is recognize that the match process is more than just qualification, but there's a fitness factor. And that not just fitness, but there's a bunch of, there are a series of things the programs are taking into consideration and candidates are taking into consideration when it comes to making a decision about whether they're going to rank a program or not rank a program. And all these different factors can contribute to the outcome, because let's remember the match is an algorithm that is a computerized algorithm. There's no person there looking at your CV and the program's qualification to make a decision. A computer system is doing the matching simply based on what you submit. I'm going to pause here because our next guest is here. And I'm so excited. Natalie, you're a mute, dear. We still can't hear you. Can you hear us? Because we can't hear you. Oh, no. Natalie, we can't hear you. No.
Can't hear you.
Sorry.
Hear us because we can't hear you.
Dr. Bullock, can you hear us?
Oh no.
I can.
Okay, very good. We can't hear Natalie. Um, Welcome, Dr. Bullock. Thank you so much. And I think this is your second time here. I'm echoing a
Hear
little.
us because we
Let
can't hear you.
me.
Dr. Bullock, can you hear us?
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so,
Can't
so, so
even hear
much.
Natalie.
I think Natalie stepped away and she's going to try to get back in with us. Thank you so much for joining us. It's match day.
I'm trying to figure out what I need to stop to stop the echo. Is that
Echoing?
better?
Yes. It's gone
Okay.
away. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
How are you? Welcome
I
to
am
our
doing great. How are
party.
you? I love your yes, I love your crown. I love it.
I had to find a way to make it festive somehow. I think everyone is so on edge and so stressed.
It's a stressful day. It's this time of year, people get their ulcers and
I
develop a
know.
little heartburn.
Literally, literally. Welcome.
Absolutely.
Dr. Bullock is the creator of Farm D to B. I just love the stuff you put out because I'm like, how is this? This is so organized and so simple. This is
I'm so glad that it comes across as simple as organized and you don't see the chaos
it
that is
is
going
in fact,
on.
no,
So
it's
glad.
impeccable. I just read and
So
I'm
glad.
like, that's like here's the point and let's keep it moving. Like, where were you when I was in school? Literally is my question. I love, love, love what you're doing with Farm D2B. Please, what's your message for the masses today?
I first such a big congratulations to those who successfully matched. Oh, I remember this day, and I am so grateful that it's not me today. Oh,
I
so
know.
grateful, but so proud. I know how hard you have worked, how you have been thinking about this for days and days
Days.
and weeks, and it has come to fruition. And just enjoy and celebrate yourself. This is such a huge milestone.
It
So
is.
just be proud of yourself. Be
Yeah.
proud of the work. Like don't push past today. Like
Yeah.
don't start thinking about moving or licensure or anything. Just enjoy today. Make sure
Today.
that you enjoy your celebration
Sure.
today. I
Solid.
just want to make sure.
Solid.
Okay.
Solid advice, though. Solid.
Make sure you enjoy today. I would say, I know that you were in the middle of explaining phase two, and certainly I want to leave you space for that.
Yeah.
I would just briefly say that there's a lot of attention placed on kind of the competitiveness of phase
Yeah.
one, and that is true.
Mm.
There will, at the end of the kind of process, there will be um, kind of not enough or less spots
Yeah.
or less residencies than there are interested parties.
Yeah.
But I will also say that today
Yeah.
there are open positions.
Yes.
Today there
Today.
are open residency positions. So
Yeah.
if you did not match,
Mhm.
like, and you remain interested,
Yeah.
do not give up hope. All is
Yeah.
not lost. So again, I will defer to Sally to kind of go through the process in detail. But I
Mm.
would say that if you remain interested, remain diligent
Yeah.
and be ready to act fast, because
Yes.
phase two is a very quick, yes, phase two is a quick process.
Yeah.
I was as a residency faculty member, we were, it just moves so much faster
It does.
than phase one, which already moves fast. So
Yeah.
reach out. I think, Sally, you posted kind of where the
Yeah.
open positions are.
Mhm.
Um, this is not the time to be shy.
Mhm.
Use social media, reach out to your
Yeah.
faculty members. Now is, I mean, cast a wide net.
Yes.
If you are interested about where you are willing to go, what you are interested
Yeah.
in. So use that network. When people talk about a network,
Yeah.
this is the time to rely on your network and ask
100%.
anyone that you might know
Yep.
about how you are interested in residency. And you would be surprised at the
Yes.
quality programs that
Ams.
remain,
Yes.
that still have positions open,
Open.
that now's your chance to snatch them up. So that's what I would just plant a seed of encouragement for
Sure.
those who may not have matched yet.
Yeah.
This does not mean the door is closed. So
It
phase
does
two
not.
has some great positions in it. Like you were saying, it's just an algorithm.
Yeah.
That just means it's complicated and no one really understands it.
Understands it.
So there's still some really great opportunities that, it's like musical chairs. Maybe there's the
Yeah.
chairs and the people didn't get matched up, but you can still have an opportunity in phase two for a great
100%.
program. A
Great program. 100% solid advice. And I'm looking at this list. I'm telling you, I can't believe my eyes. To your point,
Every
this
year,
is
there's fabulous programs.
fabulous, fabulous programs. Like I'll get into it all, but to your point, it's out here and it's happening right now.
Yes.
Let's not let the pity party go on too long. Let's get into action mode like ASAP and activate your network. All these are very, very valuable advice. Thank you so much, Dr. Bullock. I really appreciate it. And I was like, I really only want like 5 minutes of everybody's time. It's midday, and I know some of you are at work. I'm so grateful for taking the time to stop by and planting that nugget of knowledge for us. Thank you. And please have a great rest of your match day.
Thank you for the invitation. Congratulations again to everyone.
Everyone. Bye bye. Natalie. Okay, Natalie, unmute. Let's see. No. We're still working to get Natalie on. I love her persistence. I love it. I love it. Natalie is our PD, so I'm super excited to speak with her today.
I don't know why it's like not working
It's
for me.
here.
Did it
It's
work?
here.
Okay.
I can hear you totally. I can hear you. Happy match day.
Happy match day.
How'd it go?
My program matched both positions, and I have to tell you, I was like so nervous because it was like my first time really doing it full on
Yeah.
RPD. So I was like, even when I submitted the rank list, I was like nervous, more nervous than when I was
Oh
applying, I
my
think.
gosh. Congratulations. I was like,
Thank
wait,
you.
I don't want you to just like gloss over that. You matched both positions at phase
Yes.
one. That is so exciting.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm just, yeah, it's really exciting. I think honestly, this year there were more candidates, more amazing candidates. It was
Yeah,
really hard to
yeah,
also reject people, even
yeah,
from the beginning, like not even give interviews. But
yeah.
those people, like if you didn't even get an interview in phase one, it's not over. Phase two
Yep.
is a whole new ball game. Post match
Yes.
is a whole new ball game. So
Yes.
you got to just dust off your cleats and go back, I guess. But
And go back.
yeah.
See, so like that's advice from an RPD, guys, like a person living on the other side of the curtain. It's reality because I try to just tell the students that like the applicant pool, it's getting more and more competitive and
Yeah.
larger every single year.
Yeah. And the
And
programs don't grow as fast,
they
unfortunately.
don't.
So,
That's
yeah,
the thing. The programs are like growing at like this really, they're not keeping up with the
yeah,
pool
with the
and the pace
demand,
of
yeah.
the pool. Yeah. So I think it's really great. And thank you for like pointing that out that even if you didn't get an interview, it had nothing to do with the quality or
Yeah.
how competitive. It's just the pool is so large.
Yeah, and we only have, so much time and resources. You can only interview so many people and you can
People.
only rank so many people for however many positions. But
Yeah.
that's why these quality programs are still in phase two
Yeah.
because they might have like 5, 6, 9, 12
Yeah.
positions. And yeah, of
Yeah.
course they can't fill all of them. So there's
All
always
of
going to
them.
be good programs that
Yeah.
just graduate to phase two. So it's definitely not like, oh, I got the leftovers. It's not like that. So
Exactly. And I don't know why phase two and the phase, I'm calling it phase three, but I
phase
think
three.
everyone still calls it scramble, whatever.
Yeah.
It's got that weird little negative. I think it has a negative tone and connotation attached to it. Oh, you had to go to phase two. Yeah, I did. And then I ended up at a legacy program. Now what?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I just think that they like many of the prospective candidates today I want them to know that if you look at this list, like I was, I was on there at like 12:05. I was like, where's my
I logged
list? I
on
don't
too. I
see
logged on pretty early to see what was left in California. I was
just,
like, oh, just one more.
yeah. I was like, where's the list? I'm here. I'm refreshing. And the list was right on time. And I'm looking and I'm like, the list looks rather extensive to
Oh yeah,
me
it's a
from
lot.
last year. It looks like there are a lot of positions still, but the programs that are on these lists, I'm like, oh, there's nothing that's leftoverish about this.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Nothing.
It's not. And at the
Uh,
end of the day, if you match somewhere in phase one or phase two, it doesn't matter because that residency certificate you get at the end is the same, and you still did a residency, and you're still going to move on to wherever your path leads you, and it'll all work out. So
It'll all work out. Words from an RPD. I'm not just blowing smoke, guys. I swear. I swear that like I give you real information. But I think as an RPD, like hearing those words come from you, I really just think like it carries more weight than
oh.
regular schmegular me. So I don't mind it.
We actually had to scramble the year after I completed residency. I stayed on
Ah,
at my spot as a per
yeah,
diem. So when we went through the residency process, we had to scramble for one position. So I've been on the other side of
yeah,
trying to look through all the applications. And of course, you get bombarded because there's so
yeah,
many more people and like the timing is so much. everything moves so much faster. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, trying to go through all of the applicants
Yeah.
in phase two, it's almost more difficult than phase one. So you really have
Yeah.
to try to make your application stand out, review your letters of rec, maybe ask for
Yes.
new ones. You might have done
Yeah.
really good rotations since that time. Uh,
Exactly.
like, make sure your letters of intent are personalized, because there's
Yes.
nothing worse than getting one that says, "Dear Residency Program Director."
It's like
Like, double
someone
check
looked at a
everything.
template and then just went. It's like
Yes, exactly. You
it
need to put in extra effort, but you have
effort.
the time. Just put in, email,
Yes.
reach out, and
Yes.
just wish for the best.
Wish for the best. It really is. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Of
Natalie. I know
course,
you're
it's good
at
to see
work.
you. I know.
I am so happy for you. I know, like, we've been
Thank
talking about
you.
this day since
I
mid-year,
know. I know.
and it's finally here. And I'm
It's
just
gonna go by
really,
so
really
fast.
happy that you were able to secure both position out of phase
Yeah.
one. That's a big deal, and I'm really happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
a
Thank
lot.
you. Have a great
Absolutely.
rest of the week.
You
Good
too.
luck to
You too.
everybody watching this.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for Natalie. First year as RPD and she secured both positions. That's a really big deal. I'm super proud of her for that. So I was kind of talking about phase two and where you're going to be. Where you are today, the results got published and you didn't secure a position. So now at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, ASHP published a list. What that list was, or what that list is, it's a list of all programs around the country that still has vacancies. I want you to really, really take this opportunity to look through those programs, to look through that list and look through it carefully and apply. But some ground rules about applying to phase two, because I really think that many people assume that phase one, like what you did for phase one, you can replicate for phase two. First of all, logic tells us that, like, whatever you did at phase one and it did not work, you have to do something different for phase two. The challenge at this phase is figuring out what is that something that needs to be different. What is that something that you need to make an adjustment on so that you can have a different outcome? Natalie's alluded to this already. Programs were inundated with applicants at phase one. That's nothing compared to what's going to happen at phase two, because there are even less programs now and more people. There's always the number of people that are seeking tends to always exceed the number of position. That's been consistent, and that's just been the story traditionally. And so my advice, anyone that I work with who is entering phase two, we try to identify what we think could potentially be a contributing factor that we can recognize. If you had a poor letter of recommendation, you will likely never know. Um, you would likely never know. So I always start with the things that we know, the information that we have at our disposal as we are sorting out what area we need to attack and improve upon. For Resi Prep, for the last 7 years that I've had the program of working with people and helping them secure positions, these are the observations that I've been able to make from my program. People who apply at phase one that get less interviews. Less interviews are usually directly linked to a poor letter of intent or CV organization and structure, or perhaps the letter of recommendation was bad. Like, if I look at your CV and I look at your letter of intent and I think that there's clarity here, you've addressed all of the major things that needed to be addressed in a letter of intent, and that you were applying to correct programs, right? Because there's a question of fitness right from the beginning. If you're interested in an area, like you're interested in, I don't know, oncology, and you're applying to residency programs that don't have an outpatient infusion center, or they don't have an inpatient rounding oncology service, that program could perhaps feel like you're so sure about what you want to do next, they may not be able to prepare you enough to be competitive for a PGY2 in oncology, or even be ready to practice in oncology. You're not a fit for that program, right? So that could be something that maybe you missed a beat on in not um, thoroughly evaluating the programs that you were applying to based on the things that you said in your letter of intent. If you're interested in ambulatory care, you're going to need a solid foundation in everything. And so, a program that is well rounded, where core rotations include internal medicine, they have numerous outpatient clinics, your letter of intent is going to be a good fit for a place like that if you're interested in ambulatory care. So I go through with you and do a review of all those different things to try to pinpoint where the mismatch happened. And so I think that's a great place to start. Figure out where the mismatch happened. Do you have a great letter of intent and a good structure and organization and clarity to your CV? But perhaps the programs you picked were not a good fit for what you claim in your letter you want to do. That's one group of people. But the other group of people are people who they got numerous interview offers but didn't match. Immediately in my mind, it is an interview skills problem. You need practice. You need help figuring out how to interview effectively. You need help figuring out how to tell your story, how to articulate your story in a way that whomever you're speaking with, they're able to gather very quickly who you are and what you're able to offer their program, any transferable skills that you may have from previous life experiences that would make you an asset to their program. So, with people like that, it's just practice interviewing and helping you get organized about interviewing and helping you get structured in how you respond to interview questions. So today, I would say work on pinpointing what didn't work or what the challenge was at phase 1. Identifying that is going to be paramount. The second thing that I think is going to be important in helping you navigate phase 2, reaching out for feedback. Reaching out for feedback. You are going to be shocked that a program you interviewed with, especially if you think that you had a great interview experience, reaching out to that program and asking them that you're looking for feedback because you did not match and you're interested in knowing what you may need to do to improve, you're going to be floored with what they get back to you with and how willing they actually will be in helping you navigate this next phase. So don't be so afraid. I don't think it's going to be awkward, but don't be so afraid to reach out to programs that you did interview with to see if they have something that they can offer you about helping with the next phase of the match process, right? These things to me are going to be the most important steps that you take between today and the end of this week. Because everything else you have to do is going to happen, well, needs to happen rather quickly thereafter, because you have roughly 3 weeks for the whole thing. Everything you did from January till now, you have perhaps 3 weeks to do that. There are rotations that you've done since submitting your residency application. Did you perform really, really well in these rotations? Could these preceptors perhaps write better letters for you than a preceptor from previously whom you submitted that maybe have questionable, or that you were maybe 50-50 about what they could have potentially shared about you? Ask those preceptors, explain to them you're applying for residency, you didn't match at phase one, and you're interested in knowing if they would be willing to write a stellar or exceptional letter of recommendation. Can you count on them writing an excellent letter of recommendation on your behalf? Do not be vague about your ask. There's too much on the line. Do not be vague about your ask. If you're asking someone for a letter of recommendation, you want to be sure that they know what you expect them to produce. Saying, "Would you write me a letter of recommendation?" Sure, I could write that letter and put whatever I want in there. But having the confidence to be really articulate what you expect could really trigger a conversation, because that person may not just say no, but they'll tell you, here's the concern, here are the concerns that they have about making a recommendation on your behalf, or here's what you can expect me to say if I'm going to write a recommendation on your behalf as to areas of opportunities for growth for you. But you're never going to be able to know what those things are unless you actually ask and you're bold in your ask. There's no time to be shy. Lastly, this is not something to be ashamed of. This is not something to be to suffer with in silence. And this is definitely not something I think you should go at alone. Okay. I think that you want to activate your network and you want to do that fairly quickly. For some people, it takes a bit for the shock to wear off that they did not match, right? So you may spend today completely reevaluating whether or not you even want to do this. Like, do I even want to go through this whole thing again? If your answer to that is yes, you need to activate your network and do so immediately. Talk to your friends that just matched. How did you do it? How did you deal with this? How did you get through this? How did you get through that? How did you get through interviews? How did you structure your About Me presentation on the interviews? How did you structure your case presentation during the interviews, the drug information responses? People who've matched, they may have a thing or two to share with you about what they did to help them be successful. So when we say activate your network, it isn't always just the preceptors and the mentors and the guides and all these things. Sometimes it's someone that is your colleague who's been able to be successful based on whatever strategy they employed. Talk to them and find out what strategies they employed and see if any of those could help you. And last but certainly not least, I am available to help through phase two. So if you are a person who's going through this today and you are a person who's sure that you want to do a phase two, book some time with me. Inbox me, book a time with me. My Calendly link, I'm opening up appointments in my calendar really, really soon. I'm posting that today so that any of you who are interested can book those times and have that one-on-one consultation with me. And I'll go through all of the things that I talked about with you to identify where we need to start the work so that you are ready. My services are full services. It's not just CV review and then good luck, but I will be with you every step of the way through this match process. And I won't give up until you decide that you don't want to continue any further. And so activate your network. I am all for it. I am all for you reaching out to anybody who would help. I want to put out there that I am here to help. And my phase two my match results are rather impressive, if I must say so myself. So I've been doing this a little while and kind of know a thing or two about how do we do this and do it successfully. So if you want to reach out to me, my LinkedIn inbox, you should already know, stays open. Inbox me and let me know that you want time on my calendar and I will send you a link. I will also post that link shortly here on LinkedIn. I'll post it on Instagram and I'll also post it everywhere, like so that you are able to find me. In the meantime, I'll also put my email in the comment box here so that anyone looking to connect with me soon before the calendar is up can do that. The key here that I really want to make sure you don't lose sight of is today is one day in the rest of your professional career. One day. It doesn't get to set the tone or define what you do from here on out. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Whether you matched or you didn't match, that's just the reality of how life is, right? It doesn't get to determine that the people who matched today versus those who didn't match today, and those who match are going to be better off professionally than you are. It just doesn't. It's not true. That's not how it works. The second thing is today doesn't determine your worth. It really, really does not. You could be hurt right now, understandable, very upset, even angry actually, with why go through all this and have nothing to show for it. These are all human and very appropriate responses to have, um, as a result of going through and putting in all the effort you have. But it doesn't define, it does not, this outcome that has zero correlation to your worth as a person, as a human who occupies space in other people's lives. It does not. Please remember that. And the third thing is there are still opportunities to secure positions. This list is extensive. I keep saying it. I haven't seen a phase 2 list this long yet. It's here and it's long. Please, please, please take a look and see if there's anything you're interested in and make the move. Ask people to help you how to make that move, but don't dismiss it because this list is rather large, in my opinion. Um, but that's it. And if you need help promoting you as a candidate for phase 2, I'm doing that as well. If I see posts of phase 2 candidates, I will absolutely reshare them. If you want to email me your profile, I will absolutely share it on my page. Hoping that some RPDs will come across it and be interested. But I want to help you any way I can because I think that everybody deserves a fair shot and an opportunity to make their dreams come true. If this is what your dream is and this is what you've identified as the next step, I want to help you get there. It's really simple. There is Texas A&M. I have to plug Texas A&M. Texas A&M has a PGY2 position that is open and going into phase 2. This is really, really exciting for a couple of reasons. It's a PGY2 in AmCare with a focus on pharmacogenomics. Guys, like the profession of the future. So I'm really, really excited about precision medicine and personalized medicine and the fact that we now have residency programs that are training pharmacists in how to be experts in this position. So that is Texas A&M, and I am linking the program's information right in the comment box here as well, so that if anybody is interested and wants to apply, please to do not hesitate to do not hesitate to apply. And I think that is it today. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. The match day is here. Once more, congratulations to everybody who's matched. Check in on your friends, check in on your students, check in on your colleagues. They could need some today. They could need you just joining them in a celebration, or they could need your support, or they could need you to guide them and connect them with someone in your network. As always, I'm always so grateful for anyone who joins. I'm always so grateful for anyone who watches this back. Um, I am available. My inbox is open as always. Thank you for joining and happy match day, everybody, and have a great rest of your day and week. Bye.